Welcome, everybody, to Nerdy Laser, the podcast. I'm your host, as always, Richard Nude Raider Yule.
I'm always just Jeff Lown, so
You may recognize that as a mod from the series of games we were talking about, and really the media franchise we are discussing tonight in Tomb Raider. Now, obviously, we're not going to go over every little bit, and we haven't played or seen every little thing. But, it's our thoughts. It's a fun little dive into this world that kind of revolutionized things. Still going today, has movies, has apparently a very good Netflix cartoon, which I want to watch. So
okay.
I just found that while I was looking to watch the Tomb Raider movies. So I typed in Tomb Raider on Netflix, and then a cartoon came up. I was like, "What the
Is
hell?"
that how you found that?
Yeah, it was from last year.
Huh.
Um,
They did one for Castlevania too.
yeah, Nocturne. Now the second season's out, and I've heard it's amazing.
So have I. So it makes me kind of want to watch it because
Yeah, me
I
too.
like those games. I'm bad at those games, but I like those games
Well, we're gonna quit podcasting so we can watch more stuff. So
and play more video
thank,
games.
thank you, folks. No. This series before. Just a brief history with this goes all the way back to 1996. You weren't even born yet, Jeff.
I was born, and I remember playing the demo for either the first or second Tomb Raider game at Sears because my aunt worked there. So I would just go stand at the demo.
Oh, I love demo games.
And I would just try to learn how to flip. I was so bad at them back then. I'm not much better now, like I said, but
No, I'm way worse.
I don't have the patience to be bad at a game, so I just quit.
Yeah, and to me, like games like these, I don't have time for in my old age. Like, I need quick pickup games where I can just do it, and like Vampire Survivor and racing games, and just Beat Saber. I'm loving me some Beat Saber right now. I can pick it up, play it for 20 minutes. Yeah, but we used to play these games all the time. I remember. Tomb Raider was revolutionary at the time. I just graduated high school in '96.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's that. All right. Well, first up is show and tell.
First up, before we get to show and tell, is nerd news because I do have some news.
Why don't you just accept the fact that I was going to do nerd news second?
Okay, just do that then.
No, fuck it. I don't have any, so I hope you have some since you brought it up.
I do. So let me pull it up here. Our buddy. Oh gosh,
We don't
where's
have
his
buddies.
page? You're right. You caught me.
Our buddies the same as friends because I know we don't have those. So.
That's for sure. Over at the Disconnected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he posts, what stuff's going to be coming out as far as physical media and mostly Blu-rays, DVDs.
Yeah, he's a good, like, if you don't want to follow all the companies, like, you can follow him and he posts what the other companies post.
Yeah, and that's nice because I don't like opening my Facebook feed and seeing like 14 people that posted like, oh, Second Sight is releasing a deluxe edition. Okay, yeah, I know. The first 10 posts showed me that. Thank you, last 5 posts, whatever. Anyway, he posted that Shout Studios acquired their worldwide rights to 156 Hong Kong cinema classics that have been MIA from Western markets for decades. The reason that is important is because it's John Woo stuff, but that stuff that's been out of print for a long time. So Hard Boiled, The Killer, Better Tomorrow trilogy, Bullet in the Head, Once a Thief, like a lot of his like big stuff that he got big for and then came over here and started making Mission Impossible 2 and all that. But that's cool. And I just like, Asian movies in general. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, people are excited. It's cool anytime, stuff can get released in the new formats. That'll be cool.
Yeah. And then one last thing, he posted this one a couple days back. Imprint, and I think I might have shared it with you. They do a TV. They have a movie box set called TV Movie of the Week. So it's
Oh,
like,
maybe you did, and I forgot about it.
yeah. Well, they're doing collection number 2.
What the hell? I need the first one.
I bet you could find it. But yeah, they're putting out a second one, so that's cool. I always like to see that kind of stuff come out. Stuff that might have been trapped on home video release or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you said those are TV movies, so some of those never see the light of
Yeah.
day.
The only ones that really kind of have are the ones that were like HBO ones that are now on Max, but they don't get a physical release. They just get a release on there.
Where is my 4K of to Riverdale back again?
I couldn't tell you where that one's at.
Have you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think you might have mentioned it once, but
It's Archie.
yeah.
It's the 10-year reunion of Archie.
What is Sabrina related to Archie in any way?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Okay, that'll get us to part of my show and tell. So
Great. Well, my show and tell, if your news is over.
I don't want to give too much news.
Look, I got a McFarlane figure.
Oh, you did?
Well, I mean, I actually bought this back on Black Friday at this comic book store here in town that does a 50% off sale on action figures. So, what better time to get a cheap figure?
Yeah.
And I love the look of this. I think it's badass. I wish it was more cyborg Superman.
Pretty cool. That hand is gigantic.
The hand is gigantic. You should see the back.
I like that. That's cool artwork.
Yeah.
I like the chip background.
So this is from the New 52, so it's a little bit more Jim Lee looking. But I like it. The hand, I mean that hand, it's big, but it's fine. But look at his little hand; it's even robot.
Take his little hand,
and then his jaw, and then I like how they did the ab split there.
Wish my legs were that cut.
Some cool. Yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is do Beat Saber like me, Jeff. And you know what? I can't wait to do.
What's that?
Open this up.
Oh, gross! Why would you do that?
Because he's got a little flying stand.
Oh, well.
I think. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to ruin it, go ahead and open it. But yeah.
I have another one. I have another show and tell. It's a twofer because this is a Funko Pop, and I found it because you showed yours off last week or so.
Ooh, wow!
But I got the Bane from Target exclusive. I don't know, Funko Fusion. I don't know if it's called anything. It's this black and yellow Batman 85 years thing.
Yeah, it's just the anniversary one.
But it's the movie Bane, so most of the world will hate it because they're stupid and have no taste. But I love it. He also comes with like a Lego plaque of Harvey Dent.
Yeah. Well, have you seen this guy?
Have you seen this guy? I'm looking for my friend Harvey.
You might have to check your store for those for me if they have another.
I think I did see one the other day. I'll keep my eye out.
We need that mint fresh box, though. I don't want none of that on mint fresh.
I'm gonna get it for you and not tell you about it and just send a blank box to your door and with stuffing and it's laying there face up loose. And you're
No
like,
box.
"Ah!" like
Yeah.
a mob hit. Like what's
Like
in
the
the
horse.
box?
The horse head in The Godfather.
Oh, yeah. Real horse head, by the way.
Oh, they just had a spare one laying around?
They went to the dog food company.
Oh, of course they did.
That was on the DVD.
I know, I believe you. Of course they did. Like, what a way to do it, right? Hey, just wake up. Is it real? It might be. Just pretend. Pretend it's not if it is. If it isn't, pretend it is. So mine, like I said, it was sort of in relation to Archie. I don't know too much about it, but my friend had sent me this in my Christmas gift. So I was going through and sorting all my stuff again and reorganizing some shelves, but I figured what better time than now to actually read this. So
Yeah, Chilling
that
Adventures of Sabrina, kind of the prequel, or at least inspired by, of the Netflix show.
that's what I was going to
Who's the
ask you.
guy? Who's the guy on there? Francisco Agiolo or
Um, as far as names that are on it, or Roberto Aguirre
Roberto?
Casa and Robert
I
Hack.
think that's him. So he's responsible for all the like dark Archie stuff. So the like Afterlife with Archie and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They have The Hunger, which is Jughead as a werewolf. They have Vamp Veronica.
So I'm not a big, I've never really gotten into any of all that, but the dark universe sounds pretty great. Like, just because it's like, why would that be?
I mean, if you've never read Afterlife with Archie, get the trades. It's awesome. I mean, it's really good. Problem was, it just took so long in between issues and stuff. But once I mean, there's I think two trades out. But the art is fantastic. But um, yeah, I mean, it's basically them turning into zombies.
What was wasn't there like a Scooby Doo thing like that too?
Yeah, that was part of my show and tell a while back. The Scooby Doo Apocalypse.
That's right.
Yeah, so a lot of these companies were trying to do this, but with Archie, it was done just so well, and uh, it was just good. But
Yeah,
the Sabrina one is good. So
yeah. And then I do have one more piece. Um, I think I've kind of told you, but I've been going through a bunch of MCU again, a lot of Marvel stuff. And I'm real big into the comics and some manga stuff right now. I don't know why, anime, cartoons, mostly because real stuff is depressing. So cartoons and
fair.
animation is kind of where I'm at in my sweet spot right now. But when Disney Rewards was a program, they had a cool poster of the Tales of Suspense from Iron Man.
Oh
It
yeah.
was number 39. So where he's in the big iron suit. Um, I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently Marvel did their like collector core stuff, like their monthly box thing.
Hmm.
They did a bunch of different Funkos. Anyway, there's one for
Oh,
that one, and this is the poster I was.
that's kind of like from the first movie where he builds the first suit, right?
Yeah, that's
And it's
basically
all corn.
that was their throwback in the Mountain
Yeah,
Cave where Tony builds the suit.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Do
so
you know that Disney had a collectors club? Do you know the VHS of Cars is worth like
I
$1,000?
remember you saying that. I think that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Cool, because it was Disney Movie Club, and I have I joined it twice, because then it let me like reset my perks or whatever at the beginning to pick stuff. So I think I got like the Mighty Ducks trilogy on Blu-ray because that wasn't on Blue. Um, I got Rocket Man with what's his face?
What is his name? Damn it, I forget.
It's not Harlan, is it?
Yeah,
Is it Harlan Williams?
yeah, it's Harlan Williams.
This is a stupid movie. I got that. I got George of the Jungle with
Oh
Brendan
gosh,
Fraser.
I have seen that in the past 2 years.
George of the Jungle. I
Hmm.
saw that in theaters with my aunt. She came
Hmm.
from out of town and was like, "You want to go see that?" I was like, "Sure." This is obviously a long time ago, but
It's not great. It's not terrible, but
and then I got Black Hole and Cool Runnings. I want to say,
Cool Runnings is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's so disappointing to find out that story's completely made up. like it is very loosely based on the story, but honestly, like Jamaica didn't hate him. Like nothing, like nobody didn't hate. None of the other countries hated him. Like none of, and I don't even think John Candy was a real character.
that sounds about right.
It's like watching the Iron Claw and you find out there's a whole brother that just doesn't
Yeah.
exist in that movie.
Mm.
I mean, for kind of obvious reasons on that way, but anyway. All right. So this was kind of your topic because you're playing. What game are you playing right now?
I believe it's Rise of the Tomb Raider. So, I mean, I'll start where do you want to start with it? I mean, there's a lot to go over with this.
I
Basically.
mean, I guess our thoughts when we first found Lara Croft, I guess, which mine would be um, on PS1 when I was probably 18, 19 years old. And, me and my friends just found it, and we had just never seen anything like it. I mean, like a female action hero, crop top, short shorts, but she was smart and, an archaeologist. So a lot of Indiana Jones vibes. Um, you had guns.
Yeah.
You could shoot a lot of bats.
Like if Tomb Raider wasn't a thing, I don't think Uncharted would have been a thing.
I mean, it certainly paved the way for a lot of things. I mean, you have to think that Uncharted, somebody in the Uncharted universe uh, loved the Tomb Raider at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just remember liking it. I remember being able to be at I don't know if this is the first game or the second one or the third one. I just remember playing those three a lot.
Did you lock the butler in the freezer?
I remember that being a thing, right?
Yeah. Creepy
And
butler.
you could run around the mansion and the manor and stuff and the garden and all that. So I mean, I don't think I beat any of them. I don't really like puzzle games. So like this is a puzzle game, but I did like it, but I couldn't get very far. But I certainly did like running around and shooting things and climbing things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't very good at it. I would just get frustrated. As much as I love Bioshock and I played the first one, I think I beat the first one. I hate games where it's like, okay, you have to go all the way over here. Now get that. Now you go all the way back. Now turn that. Now go back all the way over there and then go back all the way.
So you don't like fetch quests?
Yeah, those are just really numbing to me a little bit. And I think, well, and with Tomb Raider, I remember that being some of it, but the other part is sometimes you just be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, well, I don't know what to do. I got a ledge here, door there. I don't know where to go.
And I've noticed that in these in the newer ones, I've run into that a couple times. Not as bad as like the originals, where I was younger, so I just would get stuck. But now that with the internet, we could just look up where to go. Anyway, I get what you're saying, where it gets kind of frustrating.
Well, and here's the thing: is like I know people are like cheat guides, and I had some, but part of me feels like cheat guides is cheating. Like I don't want to play the game if it's that hard that I have to look it up and do homework. But I feel like that is also not a very good way to look at things. But my entire life, that's the way I've looked at things. But I hear these people that review games and like the IGN podcast I listen to, they're like, oh, yeah, just use the guide and get past it. And then, yeah, it's a great game. It's like, I mean, I wish I had that attitude. Like, that'd be a cool attitude to have. But like, I'm just like, if I get past that part, did I really get past that part?
Yeah, I don't know. I try to do as much as I can without any guides when I'm playing something. But if it's something I'm just so stuck on, I will do it because I want. If I'm like that invested in the game, I don't want to just be like, no, I can't do this anymore because I looked up a thing. But I'll use it and then move on from it. I won't. I hate like going step by step in a guide. Not only does that like extend the time frame you're putting into a game, because you're like, all right, let me pause the game and watch like 2 minutes of video, then let me pause the video and play 2 minutes. So I don't like that, so I just use it when I need it. But I don't know, it's whatever. If people want to use it, there's nothing wrong with it either.
They're wrong.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So the game came out in 96. What was your first interaction? You didn't tell me your first interaction with Lara Croft.
Playing demo discs.
Oh, the demo disc.
Yeah. Maybe so it would either been the one at Sears or just because they would always give them out like at stores too, demo discs. So I would get like,
yeah, there would always be a stack on the counter. I remember they'd come in video games.
Yeah. So either one at
They come
Sears
in
Roebuck.
magazines, is what I meant.
They did come in magazines, didn't they? That's funny.
Um, so 5 years after the game's released, a live action movie comes out, big time movie, in 2001 with Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
That kind of blows my mind that that movie's only 5 years after the games because the games feel so much further back in time than that movie to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, budget of 115 million, so they thought a lot of the project, and it made 274. I don't know if that's worldwide, so 274.7, so pretty good. I mean, probably made at like 75 million after campaign, marketing and stuff. Um, Now it did open. I remember this is all from my memory, but I think it did 40 million on opening weekend, and I
That's
think that was the highest grossing movie featuring a female
wow,
as
like
a
a,
lead.
as the protagonist.
So I mean, had a huge buzz around it, and it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I was gonna watch it for this, but I chose something else, which we'll get to later. Then I mean, when something's hot, something's hot. So 2 years later, Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life was released.
And I
Not as good.
have I haven't seen either of them. I've seen parts because they used to be on Encore or TNT all the time.
The first one's great. Um, the second one has a budget of 95 million, and it did 160. So
Usually the second movie always has a bigger budget. That's funny that they were like, cut the budget.
yeah.
It's popular. Cut the budget. Recycle the set.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft. Like, she was the perfect choice, and still to this day, the perfect choice to play Lara Croft.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, as far as like the early games and the movies, I didn't have so much, interest in it. I mean, it was, I played other stuff and watched other things, but
The
as far
the
as like,
PS1 games, I mean, they were revolutionary at the time. The graphics were amazing, but I mean, we can look back at it now and kind of laugh at it. I mean, very polygon,
yeah,
very triangly. But
people
that.
dressed up as that for conventions. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
There was also a toy line.
That I'm not surprised about.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm trying to look it up because I forgot to kind of refresh it. But I remember it always being in KB. So KB and Toys R Us. I don't think it was in the main like Walmart and Kmart and stuff.
Yeah,
But I remember KB. They were the 3.99 or 3 for 10 special.
yeah.
The packaging was really cool. You'd like the packaging. Um, let's see. They did like a big version. Playmates did a big version of it. Let's see who did this one.
You've seen the movie Grandma's Boy,
Yeah.
so we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Lara Croft scene in that.
I don't remember it.
It's after he gets evicted from his house or whatever, our main character.
Yeah.
And he goes to Nick Swardson's house.
Is he whacking off to it?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, Laura,
Oh yeah.
raid those tombs for me." And then
That's
Nick
funny.
Swardson's mom walks in, and he's like, "I can't stop." Ah.
Then he runs to the bathroom.
Yeah. Then he gets kicked out of staying there.
So Toy Biz did the Tomb Raider figures.
Okay.
So
Well, that's cool background. Yeah. I do remember seeing those places. Probably secondhand at like a different store, but I do remember seeing them.
Playmates did a larger one. It was more of like a I don't know. I don't
Oh,
think I don't know if 12-inch, but it wasn't like an action figure either. It was more of a statue.
Those look like those McFarlane ones that are coming out now. They're like bigger figures and they look like thicker and more filled in than like just a toy action figure like the one you showed earlier.
Yeah.
I saw one for like an old Captain America and then another one at the GameStop the other day.
And of course, I forgot Playmates did this did a whole line of figures. Because not only did they do the video game, but they did the movie.
Oh, they did the movie tie-in figures too.
Yeah, so different background a little bit, and
Yeah.
they did her in like yeah, different gear and stuff, Siberia gear.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Arctic Batman.
Yeah. What was that Batman I sent you? Oh, it was the Jokerized Batman that was
Oh
cool.
yeah,
And then we talked about how the Robin was just terrible.
I saw that in the store that like not too much after that, and I was like, God, it's just bad.
I don't know how they messed up so bad.
All right, so I wanted to talk about did I interrupt you? What's happening?
No, I don't think we're. I was just saying that up until the first movie and stuff, I wasn't real into the Tomb Raider stuff. Then I think it was 2013 when they came out with the remastered game. And I
Yeah.
played that one like a lot to completion to try to finish it off. I beat it on like PlayStation, and I think I got it on Xbox, and I beat it there.
Does she use a bow and arrow in that?
I think she gets an arrow. She also gets guns too in this one. You get a whole bunch of skills. It's kind of cool. It's a cool little tree that you build, a skill tree. So I didn't hate that. I'm not too big on games that has like way too much customization, but this one had like the right amount. But the story was really good. Like the graphics for it looked like amazing, like the setting and stuff, like the island she's on in the first one. Really good. And then I just started Rise the other day, so I haven't gotten too far in, but so far, like the graphics are really what's blown me away. Like it looks so good for some reason, and I'm not ever one that's usually like, oh, graphics have to be perfect for games. So it's nice to see that.
So the first game. Oh, I'm gonna test the first game saw a Sega Saturn, PlayStation, Pocket PC, and MS DOS.
Okay.
But in 2003, a version of Tomb Raider was released on the N-Gage. Do you remember the N-Gage?
I remember it, yeah.
Oh, it's Nokia's cell phone / video game system.
Yeah. That worked out
great. Yeah. Tomb Raider 2 was out on PlayStation, Windows, and Mac, basically, in the first years. That was in 97. Tomb Raider 3 came out in 98. I mean, they were just pumping these out. Came out in 98 for PlayStation, because by then Saturn was gone.
Yeah.
I guess it's on the Nintendo Switch. That'd be fun to get.
The remaster for those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that they remastered the original trilogy. I don't know how it looks or how it plays, but I saw a few reviews when it initially came out, and people weren't too high on it. But it's 25-year-old game, so what do you want?
Yeah. Well, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation came out in 99, and then 2000 on Dreamcast. You had Tomb Raider Chronicles. That was Dreamcast, PlayStation. Oh, yeah. Dreamcast, Windows, and PlayStation. You had Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. PS2. So yeah. We've leaped to the PS2. Windows and Mac. Tomb Raider Legend. That came out in 2000. Huh?
It's is that a poster of just like her face? Does it show?
I can't remember. No, it doesn't show. Well, if I went here,
I'll Google it while you're finishing up reading on those.
It's her face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like her face and like her shoulders. But she's like looking like this.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
And then we've got Tomb Raider Anniversary. That was in 2007. PS2, Xbox 360, and Wii, PSP, PS3. So they're starting to hit all the systems by then. Tomb Raider Underworld. And then 2013 is Tomb Raider.
Right.
So that's the remake, right? And then there's Rise of the Tomb Raider.
And then there's one more after that.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
There you go.
And those came out. Shadow came out on Xbox One and PS4. There's a lot of mobile games and spin-off games they made for the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. I can't imagine those are any good. I mean, right?
Yeah. The only good like old advanced games and stuff are like Nintendo licensed games. So like older Mario games, older like Zelda games, stuff like that. But
Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light.
what is that? Is that like a top-down shooter thing? Does that say? Because I remember getting one for like a Game Pass game or something, and it was maybe.
It was a local cooperative game. Blah blah blah. Copies. Oh, game. Unlike previous installments, with a virtual camera viewpoint, Guardian Light is a non-linear arcade-inspired action game with a fixed isometric camera.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe
So it's like an above. Yeah, it's kind of a. It looks like slanted, kind of.
Okay, I remember playing that somewhere, but not a lot. Just jumping in.
And then they go to Lara Croft Reflections. That was a mobile game. Lara Croft and the Temple of Isurus. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch. No. Yes. Yeah, Switch. Lara Croft Go.
Go, Lara Croft.
Go. Go, Lara Croft, go. It's a puzzle game.
You better avoid that one.
Well, I think it's like more of a Tetris game or something, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're all puzzle games.
Yeah.
Let's see, gameplay. Oh yeah, it's a turn-based puzzle video game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing as Hitman Go.
I didn't play that one.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one. So it's kind of like that diagonal view, and yeah, and Tomb Raider Reloaded in 2023 for iOS.
Huh.
I mean, it's crazy to look, and then it's spun off to two movies. There was apparently an interactive DVD was released called Tomb Raider: The Action Adventure. The game takes advantage of standard DVD player audiovisual capabilities and the remote control. I used to love those games. Like a Dragon's Lair they put out on DVD, and like where things are happening and you have to press left and right.
It sounds like that Western game we talked about one time.
Mad Dog McCree?
I think so, yeah.
That's a shooting game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No.
Or what am I talking about? What was the Western one?
Mad Dog McCree?
Okay.
It's a shooting game. But this is not like that. This is well, hell, now I forgot what the fuck we were talking. Oh no, this is like the Dragon's Lair and Space Ace. Remember those in the arcade? It's like a Don Bluth produced cartoon, and so you're basically just watching this cartoon. But when a character gets to a certain like he's gonna swing a sword, you have to press right, and if you don't press right enough, he shrivels up into a skeleton and dies.
I don't remember those.
Oh man, it's so good. The Sega CD had one called where's Mike when I need him? Road Avenger, I think. And it's like, oh dude, you have to see this animation. Like you're there for the animation. Let's see. But be careful because there's a Dragon's Lair for the SNES, so not the same. I know, riveting podcasting stuff, but this is where you can watch we can watch us on YouTube. So look, so like that's the video game,
Okay.
but it's like a cartoon,
All right.
and I don't know if it's going to show the actual gameplay.
Okay. So he
Oh,
needs
see
to
how
hit
it
right
flashed?
to get out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see how it flashed? It flashed left.
Okay.
See, there
The
was a
full,
flash there, and you had to do it.
my favorite thing about that video is that the full playthrough is in 11 minutes. I'm assuming. I'm assuming he's skipping through some stuff because, like, if that game's
No, I don't think so. I mean, it was originally an arcade game. I mean, this is a full-fledged animated like cartoon,
and then based on what you're typing in the remote.
and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the animation's beautiful. Let's see, what's the other one? Road Avenger. Now this one, I loved it when I was a teenager. I played it all the time. Now this artwork or graphics or whatever you want to call it, this is my style.
The Sega.
Yeah.
Look at that moon. Look at that. Look at that thing doing that.
Oh, this is just that's shit. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There we go. So you're a car. You're a cartoon. I mean, it's an 80. It looks like Mask.
Kind of, huh?
Yeah, it's so cool, man. And then the cutscenes are awesome. And same thing. You have to like do what it says. When
Almost
it
looks like
says,
anime.
oh yeah, this one is more probably like anime. Let's get some volume in here. Oh yeah.
So this video game is just about crashing cars into different things.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you see. Whoa.
I wonder if Mike has that.
I mean, doesn't he have every Sega CD game ever made?
Oh yeah, yeah, pretty much. What was it called? Road Avenger.
Yeah. Tell him to get his ass on here and talk about it. We're gonna do a whole podcast about it.
And that was Sega Dreamcast.
No, Sega CD, motherfucker.
Sega CD.
But I love that game. I never could make it very far. I get so damn mad at it. Tomb Raider. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, we covered basically all of it, but guess what? Guess what you did?
What?
You watched the new movie that you didn't mention.
Jesus Christ! Why'd you remind me of that shit? I actually was not going to mention it. I forgot about it in our discussing the at least somewhat tangible. Look, the whole problem is so they made a new one in 2018. Walter Goggins is in that, by the way. He's the villain, and it sucks. So that tells you one thing. It's so funny, when what the hell's that show Fallout? When that came out, I was listening to this IGN podcast, and I usually think they're pretty smart, right? One of the guys is like, this Walter Goggins, he's amazing. Why hasn't he ever done anything? He should be in more stuff. Walter Goggins is literally in every fucking... If there is one person, I mean, Walter Goggins is literally in everything. I mean, he was on The Shield. He's in this Tomb Raider movie. He was in House of a Thousand Corpses. He's in Righteous Gemstones.
He's in everything.
He's in so much stuff, and he's so good. He's in Justified. He was in 2 like television changing TV shows.
Yeah.
You could say 3 if you want to add Fallout in there. I've heard it's really good. I don't have Prime, so I can't watch it.
And I'm lazy, so I didn't watch it.
Heard it's good though. You know who loves, who doesn't really like video games but loves the show Fallout?
Who?
Our buddy Jason down at the dungeon. That's right. Jason loves the Fallout TV show. He thought it was great. I'm not kidding on that either. He tried to talk to me about it at least 3 times, and I was like, I don't have that. I
Please
don't.
don't talk to me.
Well, I mean, I can't add anything. It's like that John Cena movie you talk about. I'm like, I can't add anything.
Oh, you should
But
watch the John Cena movie. It was good.
fuck off. Because as soon as that was coming out, my wife's like, I'm just going to cancel Prime. We never watch it. I was like, no, you never watch it. I watch it. But it's fine. My life goes on. All right. So anyway, back to this movie.
Back to Jason. Thanks, Jason.
Oh yeah, back to Jason. I forgot. Yeah, Jason, down the dungeon, right here in Maryville, a physical media store. You can follow him on Instagram. If you do not live here, you can follow him at Southland_dungeon. And Jeff, did you see his Instagram? I think yesterday.
Was it that stack of VHS?
Well, probably, but he got in his new media. He's got
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's got Region B stuff. He's got Region Free stuff. He's got he's got a really nice Christine that I kind of want, even though I already own Christine.
Yeah.
But it's a cool version of it, you know, because we have to like things. So yeah, they got
So yeah, I see his post. He posted one just yesterday with his Region B stuff.
Yeah, City of the Living Dead, Martin, 12 Monkeys, Beyond Reanimator, Session 9, Dawn of the Dead, Mausoleum, Dawn of the Mummy, The Howling, Heathers, The Brain, Red State. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Return to Horror High, Student Bodies. Oh, he got Student Bodies. I love that movie. So yeah, so lots of cool stuff down at the dungeon. Follow him at Southland_dungeon, or if you're in the Maryville area, look him up. Go to East Broadway, find the roundabout. It's one of like 5 roundabouts in this town. You'll see Southland Books, and you'll take that exit. You will find the dungeon around back downstairs, and Jason tied to the counter, selling all the wares, physical media that you could stand, like Laserdisc, vinyl records, beta, VHS, DVD, HD, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, boutique stuff, not just from the UK, but some Vinegar Syndrome stuff. He had the Keep In. I don't doubt he's got a copy of it left. And he's got some other Congo, I think he's got in. So if you want that fix right now, tell him that that Night of the Nerdy Laser / Nerdy Laser sent you, and he'll hook you up and mail it right to your door after you pay him lots of money. All right, so this movie. So I mean, the movie's not inherently bad, but it's just so formulaic, and they didn't make. She hates her dad, and then she loves her dad, and it starts off she's like an MMA fighter, and right there I was like, oh.
They're probably just going with what's popular these days with the kids.
Yeah, and I mean, because seriously, I mean, in the games, she's an archaeologist.
Yeah,
there's nothing archaeologist-y about this girl.
She just happens to get herself in some situations.
Well, her dad was an archaeologist, and
right
when he's missing or dead, you don't know what's going on with him. She finds a secret room in the house, and it has all this stuff in it. And she finds this place that the hidden Sarah Cobby is, and so she has to go there. And then there is one part where she's sort of doing a puzzle, but there's no rhyme or reason to it as why she knows how to do it.
She just does.
Yeah, and it's not like she's figuring it out. It's just it's just not good. And all she uses is a bow and arrow. And I'm just gonna give a spoiler. Nick Frost is in this movie for like probably a total of 3 minutes, and he's probably the best part of the movie. And he plays a pawn shop guy. And so at the very end, the credits start to roll, but then it goes to him, and she goes back to see him, and she's like, I want one of what those are, and she points to the back, and it's guns, and it's the two guns like she has, because that was the famous thing with her, right? She had two guns.
Yeah, the two 1911s.
Yeah, and so it was like if this was like, why are you doing a prequel? Why are you doing something like, if this is a true prequel, like why do a prequel? Why are people doing prequels and origin stories and all this other bullshit when Lara Croft doesn't need an origin story? You could literally show the man. And she hated her father and wouldn't accept the money
Of the giant estate that she gets?
of the giant estate, and so she was broke, and we're supposed to feel sorry for her.
Oh, she didn't accept that multi-billion-dollar estate.
The funniest part of this movie sets up a huge second movie.
That didn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
I wonder if that didn't happen because 2 years out would have been around COVID, and then they just scrapped the whole idea. Or if the
it could have been, but I don't think it was very successful.
Well, she's played by her name's Alicia Vikander.
Yeah.
She's a good actress. She was the bot Ava in Ex Machina, which is an amazing movie.
Guess what?
You haven't seen it? Oh, we should watch that. She was in Danish Girl, Man from U.N.C.L.E. She's been in
I've heard
lot.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. is really good, actually.
She was in Green Knight. Yeah, I need to watch Man from U.N.C.L.E. because I watch all the Guy Ritchie movies for some reason. I like his.
And Henry Cavill's in it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And I wanted to see The Green Knight so bad, never watched it. Did you?
No. But that was one I really wanted to. I bought the Blu-ray on release date because I was like, it's A24 and it's medieval times, and I was like, oh, those sound so like right up my alley, and I'm a little A24 fanboy, and I was just like, eh. Mike does have your game.
Did he just respond to you and say, I have every single
game? He did
game
say that.
For the Sega CD? That's what I told you. I know he does.
Sometimes I watch his videos and he's like, yeah, I used to have this. And I'm like, I wonder if he sold them. So, but I know he's mentioned that he had all the Sega CD stuff.
Yeah, did he say anything about it?
Well, I said, he said, I have every game on Sega CD. And I said, so yes, ? And he said, yes.
I love your conversations. No, but that's Tomb Raider. It's still going to this day. I haven't played it in a long time. This makes me want to revisit it. Maybe I'll look at that Switch game and see what's going on with it.
Yeah. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I will. Let me be the guinea fucking pig.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's really it for tonight. We had fun. Tears were shed. Fun evening. So thank you, Jeffrey. If people want to support us, what can they do? For free. They don't even have to rate it. It's free.
I bet you it wouldn't even take them a minute to go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit subscribe to our show, and give it a rating of 5 stars and possibly a written review. I bet that wouldn't even take people a minute.
No, and they could go over to YouTube.
So good on their phones now, and it would take them 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
What would they do at YouTube?
Well, they can subscribe. That's the easiest thing. We're at 99.
Oh, did you check again?
I think didn't you say we were?
I said we were at 99. I'm gonna check now. Let's see if we did it.
Our goal was 100 by
Oh,
the
we
end of
lost one.
2024. We lost, motherfucker.
That's so funny. Somebody's
No,
like, "Oh, these
the
guys."
funniest fucking thing was on my TikTok, dude, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna strategically, record these videos, and then I'm gonna, strategically release them over the course of like 4 days, a few a day, and they said that that'll help.
Yeah.
I lost like 16 TikTok people,
Oh gosh.
which I guess we won't have to worry about that anymore. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so YouTube, just hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Even if you don't really do your YouTube much, just follow us anyway. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. I mean, if you don't pay attention to it, don't matter. So just do it.
It's true.
Be like Michael Jordan. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and I'll get used to. I'll get back. I haven't posted anything on there in a while. I think, but I'll get there.
Well.
Maybe that one person was mad and was like, "They're not doing any videos. I'm gonna delete."
I hope so. I hope that's why they did it.
I hope that's how they sounded.
That's how I sound.
All right, Jeff. I know, buddy. So next week we're gonna have our pal Josh McNeilis on. There may not be a mic in front of there. Hold on, I may have made that up. I just see Josh. I don't. Josh Nealis. There's no Mick. Minus the Mick. We're gonna have Josh on, and we're gonna talk about his comic book company and what he's been doing, and just goof around with that. So that'll be fun.
And then the following week, what are we doing?
It'll be a Night of the Nerdy Laser, right?
Ooh, spooky.
We'll go back to a horror movie, so we can't plan ahead and pick that already. So
I did. I told you yesterday.
What?
It comes out on the 17th, Wolfman.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna make it in before then. It's 2 weeks. There's time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it, everybody. Follow us at Night of the Nerdy Laser, any kind of laser. Follow us on socials, and thanks for listening. Eat your cereal with a fork, and do your homework in the dark. Until next time.